How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is Alvin with Trying Success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. So today I have a young man on my show that I've been trying to get Giovani for about 4 months. I've been watching all your content, man. I'm so excited. Appreciate you being on the show. He has some great information that I'm just dying for you all to hear that's pertaining to blockchain and how we can get it out to our people to help us make our finance better. And Giovani, man, you do a good job with it. I really watch your stuff, and I noticed that you have some issues sometimes when you be sharing that social media sometimes don't like what you're sharing, and because of what you're sharing. But that's okay. We're gonna make it. We're gonna put it out there so people can. So we can. So I appreciate you, man. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Oh man, thank you, and I appreciate you for inviting me. I really appreciate this because this message really needs to get out, and our people really need to understand this technology. And so basically, what I'm doing is I created a platform I'm working on called Support Buying Black DAO. It's basically about how people practice circulating money in our communities. Mm-hmm. So we have a $3 trillion spending power, and we can basically use a lot of that money to help develop certain areas in our communities on our own. I think we have a certain level of GDP. Basically, is some third world countries.
Right.
So we just amongst ourselves, we have a lot of money circulating amongst us, but there's really no direction for it. So a DAO on the blockchain, it stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, and basically it's a way for us to put money to where we want to put it at, and basically vote for what we want it to do. So that's basically what that is. And a DAO, basically, you can make a DAO for anything, any kind of idea or project or any kind of problem you're trying to solve. You get enough people to come together that's interested in it, and you guys put the funds in, and the DAO basically does the work for itself.
So how did you get involved in this whole blockchain thing? And I know the passion for helping our own is just, for me, people that have a passion about helping our own people, it just tells you a little bit about how good your heart is. So I know that's probably a God-given thing, but I want to know what got you into the blockchain. What made you decide to go that direction? And have you always worked toward trying to find a way to make our community better?
Well, I've kind of always had that kind of idea or passion in a sense. I've always, when I was younger, I got into when I was like 18, 19. So I'm from East St. Louis specifically, and out here, back in the day and a little bit of now, it was a lot of turmoil in the streets and a lot of, just it's the hood, basically make it sum it up short and sweet. And you see certain things, and how I was raised, we don't do certain things. So even though we down here in the hood, my parents wanted always the best for us. So, we moved kind of out of the hood a little bit, but me being down there and seeing certain things and understanding, because I was from there and I'm still I'm still in the hood now. So it's like me understanding the people and understanding the perspective that is seen to the world or whatever is kind of what I wanted to kind of help or whatever, and also clean up our community. Because, I see these people every day. So, I understand the problems and the troubles they go through and stuff. So to know that and to want better for our people, and that's really kind of what got me into wanted to build something for our people. And also my personal experience, I started a couple businesses back in the day when I was younger doing phone repair, and I couldn't really get the funding or capital.
Yep.
And I had to learn how to do marketing and all that type of stuff. And I used to do door-to-door sales, and that was kind of had me a little bit of good or whatever back in the day. But when I got my little storefront, my brick and mortar, I can't knock doors. I got to stay in the store. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn this social media stuff, and just going through that whole process and learning that and the hardship of starting my first business has really kind of got me on creating a platform for our people. So initially it started out as a platform to help small Black-owned businesses convert their business to a digital, marketing, so they can understand social media, SEO, websites, all that type of stuff, how they basically can build up a digital profile and get their business out there and build more, revenue and stuff. So that's initially where it started out. But then later, the blockchain technology came out, and I started to understand that back in the day with Bitcoin. So I used to do mining back in the day for Bitcoin, and it got too big. So I was like, yeah, I'm cool on this stuff. and it really wasn't a lot of money worth it back then. So
Mm.
I was like, it's just the power I'm using, what I'm doing to setting all these computers up. I ain't really making no money because they ain't really worth nothing right now. And I really didn't see the potential back then. I just kind of understood what it was
Right.
because of the decentralized aspect of it, and that's what kind of got me onto it.
Wow. So you've been around doing this financial thing before blockchain was really a blockchain.
Yeah, yeah, kind of in a sense, whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But the blockchain, so Bitcoin is so Bitcoin is the cryptocurrency,
Right.
and the blockchain is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is blockchain on itself.
Hmm.
So to kind of give you a little bit of understanding of it, so a blockchain is like it's basically they refer to it as a digital ledger.
Right.
So it keeps all these transactions, and every blockchain has a native cryptocurrency.
Hmm.
In order for it to move, it has to have a cryptocurrency.
Hmm.
So Bitcoin is its own self blockchain and cryptocurrency. And then you got Ethereum that has its own blockchain, and then the cryptocurrency is named after the blockchain Ethereum. So that's how these kind of work or whatever. But some of them are different, like Polygon is its own blockchain, but its native cryptocurrency is called Matic.
Hmm.
So
So let me ask you this: How do you teach our people that may not be so familiar or a little hesitant about getting involved? Because a lot of us, unfortunately, we think about, I put my money into this. How long will it be before I can get my $20 out? Is it accessible? You know what I'm saying? How do you teach that?
well, see, that's the thing. Like one of the things. So this is not financial advice because that's something I don't provide. I'm not going to tell you to put your money in this cryptocurrency, this token, or nothing like that.
Mm.
What I'm really trying to focus on with our people is teaching them the technology and
Okay.
teaching them how the systems work and
Hmm.
how the decentralized aspect of it. Like to give you an example, a lot of these, these gurus and excuse me, these people that say, "Hey, donate to my cause." Like for instance, one dude, the Jay Morrison dude that did the Tulsa, Oklahoma real estate thing or whatever,
Right.
and they said he ran off with a bunch of people money and stuff, or like how they talk about the Umar Johnson situation with the
Hmm.
school, and he hasn't credited the school.
Right.
When people come up and they say, "Hey, I got this big idea," when you understand how these smart contracts work and how you can put this what they call a DAO
Hmm.
or a decentralized app
Hmm.
on the blockchain, which controls the transactions and where that money goes and how it is spent,
Right.
and it can be governed by the people.
Mm.
You see, so when this person say, "Hey, we need this money to do this, this, this,"
Right.
they can't take that money out unless the people vote once they donate. So they say, "Hey, we're gonna donate to this project, and we're gonna create a smart contract and the proposals to govern what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and how it's going to happen." Because it's easy to write out a plan. You get what I'm saying? You can write out a full plan and
Okay.
then delegate the task and things based on that plan that's written out first into smart contracts.
Wow. So you know what it reminds? It sounds like. So you familiar with a nonprofit? How it has to have a board to vote on things you want to do, right? So that sounds
Yeah.
just like a digital nonprofit that has a board. So make sure I'm getting it right. So let's just say I say I'm gonna start. I have something I want to start, an organization, and I'm trying to raise money for it. So I tell you and 20 other people I want to raise some money. You say, okay, cool. We'll put it on this blockchain. Put it on the blockchain. I guess put together a contract. The $100,000 that we raise. Are you telling me it's more secure by giving it to me that way, or how would I go about getting the money if we raised it for it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for instance, say when so you said the 20 people come in and
Hmm.
they want to set up this project,
Hmm.
so and they raise $100,000.
Right.
So in the smart contract, so one of the things a lot of people do, they create Discord communities, a community where people can talk and discuss on how things should be done.
Okay.
And then you have to bring a team on board, basically a Web3 developer team, and
Uh-huh.
basically build a website and build a smart contracts.
Mm.
But the real key thing about it in the community, you want to educate the people on how the smart contracts work and how to read them,
Okay.
because that's the main focus.
Right.
So a community of people that come together and say, "Hey, we're going to create this project. It's just 20 of us now, and then now we're going to bring in 1,000 people that, and they donated, a couple dollars here and there. And it came up to $100,000,
Mm.
a couple 100,000. Now these people all have a position based on that money they spent through their contract. So, for instance, instead of it just being those 20 people that's voting, these rest of these people get to vote on how it goes and how it's built and stuff too. That's the whole gist of it.
Okay. Okay. I like that.
So it's you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Never heard. Let me tell
And
you.
so it's not just like a.
No, go ahead. Because I've never heard.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah. Can you hear me better now? You good? Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, it's better. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
I've never heard it explained so great and basic, fundamental like you just did. That was amazing. Now, let me ask you a little bit more about it. So we got all these people, right? We got the $100,000. I'm the guy that needs the money. How will that money be funded to me? Will you all decide in the contract, or we only going to give you $5,000 to pay on that particular project at a time? How does that part of the work?
So the I guess the outsourcing or the services you'll be paying for, they will have an account too. So everybody that put money into the smart contract has an account that's on the blockchain where they buy the tokens that represent the money that's going to fund the project. So so the project has what they refer to as a token. Now this token, in order for the value of the token to go up, the money has to be spent in real dollars to buy these tokens that represent this project.
Right.
And this contract says, okay, hey, when we have this $5,000 for this part to be done, we already have this list of businesses that agree to do this for these terms. Then they all have smart contracts too. I mean, not smart contracts, but accounts too, where they can receive the funds and then they do the job. But the reason I say a multitude of different businesses, because say the whole group don't want, they don't want it to be like, so you really don't want to have like a central power situation. So if they say, okay, we're going to create this project and then we're going to get this business only to do this work and this business only to do this work, they're basically just governing who they want to get to do the work without the people really voting and doing the research and saying, okay, hey, is this a legit company or is this a legit company? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's giving the people an option to say, hey, which one of these companies suit best for us and we're going to vote for this one. So then once the proposal comes up for that date, so you can have proposals in the smart contract and the DAO that automatically pops up at a certain date or a certain increment where money hits a certain part of the contract. So you can divide these contracts up. So it can be a main contract, and then you can have a treasury contract, an operation contract, a voting contract. And these contracts hold money and organize things based on certain actions happening.
Wow. Okay. So it sounds so secure because that way you don't have to worry about a person that's raising this money saying they're trying to raise it to build or purchase something, because whomever that is building the building for you, the money goes from the blockchain group directly to the builder.
Yeah.
And they raise the money so they won't run off with the money.
Yeah. And if somebody comes to you and say, hey, we have this ideal plan to do something, then they should have all the ducks lined up of how they're going to make it come into reality. So they say, hey, we're going to spend $5,000 and we're going to put it for this business. But they should really do their research and say what business you get, because when you actually have the money, say if you had $1 million to build anything, you're going to take that money and you're going to sit there and shop around for the contractors and the people that you're going to get to do the job that you want to get done. So it's the same thing in a situation where the DAO basically governs this and runs this. It's like if it would be an individual person, but it's really a collective. So it's like it's one mind. The DAO is like one mind, but the people vote and everybody has to do their due diligence. It's not no lazy government. I mean, you have to vote and have to put something into it and work to make something happen. So you can't just be a talk on the sidelines commentating. Like that's how some of these things are. People just talk about stuff, and I don't want to knock the brothers that's building things or whatever. But sometimes they have commentators, kind of defend them a little bit. Sometimes they have commentators that's really not in the project or even put money into it. They just talking down on it. Right. But when you have a community where people say, hey, I put money in this project and I have an account attached to this smart contract and I have a vote in every proposal that pops up on here, then now, hey, that person, they're inside of it. They know what's going on, how it's moving. They understand how to read the smart contracts. So that's why I say the key is really not trying to find these lucky tokens or these meme tokens that's going to make some money or whatever. Because when you understand how the smart contracts work and how these dApps work, anybody can manipulate something.
Wow.
When you understand how it works, they can manipulate. Like, it's so many different ways that they do these little hustles with these meme coins. Like, some of them have situations where if you put money into it, you can't take your money out. If you take your money out, you got to pay a fee. 5% goes here and then 5% goes there. So you can put $50,000 in this thing. It hasn't went anywhere. You done lost money, and then when you finally like, hey, I'm going to take this money out, I'll lose another 10%. Like, it's ridiculous. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you were able to read the smart contracts, you can see, hey, this doesn't look right. I wouldn't invest in this. You get what I'm saying? And I don't see the future and where it's going to go. And if it does go somewhere, it's going to be 10, 20 years from now.
So the key to doing it is understanding and learning the contract.
Yeah, the technology. So cryptograph is the first step of it. Is SHA-256 hash. Is just kind of basic cryptograph where it basically encrypts whatever data you put inside of it.
Okay.
And then the block technology aspect is basically it's a Genesis block that started out, and then the Genesis block has a hash that automatically creates it for that block. Say, hey, this block, the Genesis block has this hash that's known for this or whatever, and it's put in this first, creates the first block. Then when a second block is created from data being put into the system, once that second block is created, another hash is made for that block, and then the previous block hash is put inside that block too. So that way it makes it a link. Mm-hmm. So now these blocks link together, and that's what creates the blockchain. And it's just all a matter of putting data inside these different blocks, basically.
Do you teach this?
Well, yeah, I'm working on it. So I'm me building a community up, and so I have courses. So I'm teaching business tokenomics. So one of the things that you do when you create one of these DAOs, you have to create tokenomics. Mm-hmm. So my tokenomics is basically funded through the business owners paying for marketing. So one of the things is me getting the followers up, so I can basically promote the businesses and provide them marketing services. And then I'm providing certain benefits inside the Discord community. Like, I have a whole little system I'm going to present that basically talk about this tokenomics and how the community is going to work economically.
Okay, see if I got this right, because you're taking me fast, man. I'm so enthused about this. All right, so let me get this right. So let's talk about the class. I already learned about blockchain. I think I can do this thing now. But so let's just talk about this class. So you're going to create a class where you educate people on how to understand the blockchain and smart contracts and marketing.
Yeah. So the business tokenomics class is where we're doing. I'm basically helping the business tokenize their business, create an NFT for their business, and build a community around their project to help build up. So basically, what it is, any type of business, they when you first start out, you want to find a problem to solve. Mm-hmm. So I have a course that I created where I'm going through the first steps of this. So the first month is basically going through this and understanding tokenize, how to create the NFT for your project, coming up with the tokenomics and creating the user-based systems for your tokenomics and what they're going to do and how you're going to solve the problem. So I help you build that. And then next we build up the community by doing contests inside the Discord community, or basically the broader scope of support by a Black community.
Wow. Man, you about to be another Warren Buffett there in a minute. That is.
Man, I don't know about that. I'm just trying to help my community, man. That's really the whole goal. I know I'm gonna probably make some good money off of this, but the real goal is to, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really I don't want to try to be like a fear monger or nothing like that, but this technology is very overpowering, and even governments can't control this. Right. So they have to join the boat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So eventually, our people, we're going to get our paychecks and everything. Everything's going to be tokenized.
Yeah.
And when that happens, that $3 trillion that we have in buying power, it won't be physically, just like this paper right here in my hand, it won't be physically in our hand anymore.
Right.
We can't pass. So then it's more restrictions on where that money goes, how it moves, because it's going to be predicated by these smart contracts that they create and they set up. So we need to have our own systems and start putting our dollars that we have now that we can feel physically into our own smart contracts, our own systems, because that money is going to be then saved and protected by keeping it circulating in our community amongst us on these different dApps and decentralized apps or DAOs or whatever, because you can create a DAO for anything. Every city can create a DAO, anything.
Giovani, you make it seem like you've been on this earth before and just came back and decided to do something different,
Thank you, man. I don't know about that, but I probably I know it's a high spirit, so I can't. I don't know what it is and what it ain't, So, but yeah, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I see kind of where it's going. When you understand this technology, you can kind of see how everything is just going to overtake it. I mean, everybody's accepting cryptocurrency now.
Right. Yep. And you know what's interesting? It starts out now. Every time I've seen where people are accepting cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, it seems to be in our community. I've not seen any stores like if I go or ride around. We're here in Atlanta. In case you didn't know, we're in Atlanta. But
Okay.
when I've gone to different stores in predominantly black areas, it's always some store that says we accept cryptocurrency or we accept Bitcoin. Now, when I've driven to other areas where people don't look like me, I don't see the little cardboard that's sitting in the window saying we accept Bitcoin. So that's kind of interesting now that you said it. I'm wondering, are we supposed to be the test for it, or it's not pronounced that it's actually going on everywhere?
Yeah, it's really in a lot of places. It's a lot of communities. It's just a lot of these. So in our community, it's kind of like the Latin community, the Mexican community. Mm. They use, it's about cash. It's about holding big racks in your ears. It's like that's so we hold money more because that's more of a safe. We really don't, to mess with these infrastructures, these financial infrastructures is kind of iffy with us sometimes, and then we mess over bank accounts. Not to say all our people have done that, but it's just based on history and slavery and stuff like that. It's the skepticism that's in us to deal with these, so we're not as ingrained in these different financial institutions like Europeans, and they automatically, hey, I know how to sign up for this app, sign up for that, and go ahead and pay it through my bank account. Mm-hmm. And these bank accounts, when you sign up for these different things, these prepaid debit cards, these some of these apps don't accept that to buy no cryptocurrency. Sure. You can't use all these different things. Yeah. So how do they get that money out of our community and into these decentralized systems? This cryptocurrency. They got to take the money out, and then recently, well, not recently, but I think it was last year, they stopped doing the coins, so they don't print out any they don't print change no more, something like that, or they stopped printing change or something.
So I think they stopped printing smaller, like the pennies and stuff. I think they stopped printing smaller because they just came out with the Maya Angelou quarter like recently.
Oh. Okay, yeah. But I know it was some where they stopped. It was some with some change. They were slowing down on the change.
Yep, it's hard to find pennies and stuff. And
yeah.
I think ever since COVID, all of a sudden you start hearing about the shortages in money, how they're gonna stop printing money all of a sudden. I was like, now y'all, COVID happened to start announcing people were running out of change. You couldn't get change anymore. It was like, this is, man.
Yeah.
It's the show again, right? Because this just can't be like a one-off. I got a whole bunch more questions. We got to do part 2 of Giovani and blockchain and all that kind of stuff. I want to help us get the word out so they'll know.
Okay, yeah. I appreciate that, brother. I'm definitely do a part 2, man. Definitely.
I really do. So I think we need, so y'all know. So I want to do a series like we do this one this week, and if you open for the next week, I'm with it. I don't have a problem. It's for like the next 3 series, you can make it be what you want it to be. So I really want our people to get this, because the way you put it, it could not have been put or educated more eloquently, and it was perfect, man. So it's my last.
Thank you, bro.
How can people reach out to you on your social media? What do they need to look for? Because I just happen to be blessed because you started following me. I was like, oh man, I can go ahead on the accident and now be on my show. What made I asked you that later because he started following me. I don't even know what happened. I've been trying to follow and catch up to you for the longest. So, but how can people get in contact with, reach out to you via social media?
Oh, it's just my TikTok. I'm mainly on there, and really I'm in my Discord community. So because they Facebook and all these platforms. You know, my name is Giovani Oliver on Facebook,
Okay.
and Giovani SDB on TikTok, and on Instagram I got a profile on there, but that's kind of like my private profile. But Support Buying Black DAO is really what all my social profiles for that is. So you really want to search those or whatever. But my TikTok is the main place to reach out to me and join my Discord community. So my TikTok profile, you'll see my bio link. It's my Discord community, and that's really where you can ask any kind of question. I'm trying to get the community kind of rolling with people asking questions and joining different dApps and DAOs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Because this is how we're gonna get. I'm really trying to help my people get familiar with the technology.
Okay.
You know, and a lot of these different dApps or whatever is free to join. All you gotta do is create an account, and you can make some little change here and there on different dApps, and also learn how the technology really kind of works. You know, so it's.
So get this, man. I know we're about to go over time. So speaking about dApps, I saw this other creator talking about dApp, and he said he went to Upwork.com and started finding classes and courses and stuff you could take, and he started talking about the affiliate marketing and dApps and all that kind of thing. The next time we talk, man, we got to talk about dApps, because I am not as familiar with them as I like, especially if it's an opportunity for them. You're talking about making passive income, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's really like a lot of these social media platforms, this Web 2, the main ones, they really don't want people to know about these things, because everyday users can make money off of it.
So just give me an example, right? You're talking about, while we talk about, give me an example of one that people can make gas money by the end of the month.
Really, shoot, I'm trying to think one that I can, that's easy for people to hop on and stuff without creating no account. They have apps. So I know Essency is one where they give you, it's dealing with the Hive blog, but you can download their app at the App Store. It's ECENCY. So, or Ecency, I believe. I think it's kind of like decency without the D. That's how it's spelled. Okay. But it's a social media platform, and it's basically just like Facebook. You can post videos, upload stuff, and this stuff right here, you get points for basically doing this stuff, and then these points are converted to cryptocurrency, and you can spend it basically. But all these different dApps that's what the dApp stand for, a decentralized app. So it's where instead of the big heads make all the money, the people make the money too.
So you just gave us some gas money for the end of each month.
Yeah, and you know what? Actually, you just helped me think of a marketing tactic. I'm sure gonna run that. Like, y'all can get some gas money just by.
Look at that. See that?
Yeah, because that's people really gonna hit that. They're gonna be like, yeah, I sure need some extra gas money.
And
like, hey,
upload a video.
Yeah, and this is what I'm gonna tell them. It's the same thing they do on Facebook. Everything they do on all these social media platforms already, they get no money from these platforms. With these dApps, you get their token, and then you can convert that token to cryptocurrency. The token is basically a cryptocurrency. It's valued at a certain amount. But the more that people get on them, and the more that the system, so every dApp has a system where it's called vestige, where the token is distributed out of the contract on a routine basis or based on certain actions. And that creates the more increasing value of it, and the more people that join it. So that token can be worth so much more money just by people engaging on them. But people aren't on them, and these big wigs like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, they don't want people to leave their platform, because if all these people leave their platform, then that advertisement money that these big corporations are going to go straight to where the people go. Bro.
Man, Giovani, thank you so much, man. I am so honored, man. I really, really appreciate it. This has been one yet again another impactful, powerful video for our people to be able to get caught up or something, you know. So I appreciate it. Thank you for watching Trying Success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Make sure you share, watch, and follow. And we out.
I appreciate it.